Get ready for this. Deep dive time. And full disclosure, I am not a baseball person at all. But this story, I had to see what was going on.
It's a wild one.
Yeah. So we're talking 2024 World Series, Game 4, Dodgers-Yankees.
It's intense, right?
Yeah.
Like super intense. And the Dodgers have Mookie Betts, who I hear is like really good.
One of the best.
Yeah, one of the best. So he's about to make a catch when suddenly a fan reaches out, like from the stands, reaches out and grabs his arm.
Yeah, during the game. Like a crucial point in the game.
Wait, hold on. Fans are allowed to just interfere like that?
No, not at all. It was a foul ball, so it went outside the fair territory. Betts was going for it,
Yeah.
and this fan just reached over, grabbed his glove, tried to, like, pull it back.
So you can catch a foul ball, though, like if you're in the stand.
You can catch a foul ball as a souvenir,
Yeah.
but you can't interfere with a player who's trying to make a play.
Okay, so this fan missed the memo on that one. And then it gets even weirder because his friend decides to get in on the action, too.
Yeah, so now there are two fans basically wrestling Mookie Betts for his glove.
What is that? We've got Austin Capobianco and John Peter, too, Yankees fans who had their own ideas about fan participation.
Okay,
Yeah.
so did they think they were, like, helping the Yankees by tackling the other team's best player?
Well, Capobianco said they were going to D up on foul balls.
D up.
Yeah, which seems to mean they were trying to stop the Dodgers from catching them.
Is that like slang? D up?
Yeah, it's more like slang, but it shows you what they were thinking. They even talked about it before the game, like what their strategy was.
How you playing this?
Yeah, Capobianco actually said someone defends, someone knocks the ball, we talk about it, we're willing to do this.
Oh, wow. So this was not a spur-of-the-moment thing.
No, it seems like it was planned, which is against the rules, basically every unwritten rule of being a fan.
Right.
You cheer for your team, you don't get physical with the other team.
Right. I mean, I know things can get a little crazy.
Yeah.
But come on, this is the World Series. Not like we're not in a bar fight here. What did they think was going to happen? Like high fives?
They probably got caught up in the moment, I think. Let their enthusiasm get away from them.
Okay, so what was Mookie Betts' reaction to all of this?
He was furious.
I bet.
Said it was one of the few times he's actually wanted to fight someone.
Yeah.
It's the World Series, he's trying to focus. And then these guys decide to start a wrestling match.
Yeah. Right. So what happened to them? The glove-grabbing, arm-pulling super fans? What happened to these guys?
Oh, there are consequences.
Yeah.
They were ejected from the game immediately. Tickets for Game 5 were revoked. They even got a refund.
A refund.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And they were threatened with arrest if they tried to come back to Yankee Stadium.
So they were public enemy #1 for baseball fans.
Yeah, pretty much overnight.
Wow. For trying to D up on a foul ball.
It just shows how quickly things can go too far.
Right.
Like, where's the line between being a passionate fan and going way too far?
Okay, I'm hooked. This is actually interesting what happened next.
You know, this whole thing with Mookie Betts, it actually reminded me of something.
It's not the first time a fan's interfered in a big game.
Really? People grabbing players, is that like a common thing?
Not grabbing players, but there was this incident back in 1996. It was the ALCS American League Championship Series.
Yeah.
And there was this young Yankees fan, Jeffrey Mayer,
Okay.
and he reached over the wall, deflected a fly ball, like a ball that was in the air. He was hit by Derek Jeter. And they actually called it a home run, even though replays showed that Mayer probably interfered.
Wait, so they counted it as a home run, even though a fan messed with it?
Back then, the technology wasn't as good.
Right.
No instant replay. Not like today.
Right.
No social media to, like, analyze every single thing.
That's true. Back then, it was just like the umpire's word, and that's it. Now we've got cameras everywhere, slow motion replays, people posting videos. It's totally different.
Exactly. And that's what makes the Betts thing so interesting. We're in this age of instant replay, viral moments. Everything's on camera.
Right. So it's like everyone's a referee now.
Yeah, everyone's got an opinion.
Yep.
And they can share it. It creates this whole new level of accountability, not just for the players, but for the fans, too.
Right. So technology changed how we watch the game, how the calls are made, but how's it changed the fans, like how they act?
That's a really good question. Think about it. When you know you're on camera, anything you do could end up online. It changes how you act.
Yeah. It's like you're on reality TV 24/7. You're aware of every little thing you do.
Right. Exactly. Because you know people are watching.
Yeah.
And they might judge you.
So it's like technology's the digital referee. Keeps everyone in check.
Yeah, in a way. But it also makes things more intense.
Right.
All that pressure to go viral, to get those likes, it can lead to some crazy stuff.
Like tackling Mookie Betts.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So if that can happen at the World Series, what about smaller games? Like Little League?
I don't think you need to wear a helmet to a baseball game just yet.
Okay, good.
But it does make you wonder, how do we stop this from happening again?
Right. More security, stricter rules, maybe like public service announcements. Don't tackle the players.
Maybe. All of that could help. But I think it also comes down to fans being responsible.
Right.
You're part of the game, but you're not playing. You're not a player.
Right.
Your actions have consequences for you and for the game.
Yeah. Getting banned from Yankee Stadium, becoming a meme, that's got to be a pretty good deterrent.
Right. And on the other hand, players have to remember that fans are passionate.
Yeah.
They really care. And
Yeah.
sometimes that passion can go a little overboard, but it usually comes from a good place.
So it's about finding that balance
Yeah.
between the two
Yeah,
sides.
exactly. And maybe lay off the energy drinks before the game.
Right. Yeah, good point. So this whole incident, it's bigger than baseball.
Yeah, it is. It's a conversation about fandom, about how we interact with sports, how technology and social media change things.
Wow. We went from foul balls to like the meaning of fandom.
It's amazing how sports can do that. Even when something crazy happens, it can reflect our values, our anxieties, our challenges.
I know. My mind is blown. I thought we'd just be talking about rules and stuff.
It's a deep dive.
Yeah.
You never know where you'll end up.
That's true. So we've covered rules, history, technology,
Mm-hmm.
and fans going wild.
We have.
What about those guys? Capobianco and Peter. What happened to them after they became like the most famous bad fans?
Well, that's where things take a bit of a turn. And this is where our deep dive gets even more interesting.
All right, spill the beans.
Yeah.
What happened to these guys after their less than graceful moment?
Okay, so you're not going to believe this, but Austin Capobianco, the guy who grabbed Betts' glove, he's actually connected to another famous athlete.
No way. Seriously. What did he like try to triple LeBron James or something?
Not basketball. This is more of a football connection.
Okay.
It's Rob Gronkowski.
Gronk? Party animal Gronk.
The one and only.
What does he have to do with this?
Apparently they were college buddies back at the University of Arizona.
Get out. The glove-grabbing fan and Gronk. That's amazing.
World right. So, of course, when this whole thing went down, Gronk was asked about it.
I bet. What did he say? Was he like, yeah, that's my boy? Or was he more like, dude, what were you thinking?
It was kind of both. Actually, Gronk being Gronk. He joked about it. Said Capobianco was shining when his moment came.
Yeah.
Said it represented him very well.
Oh, classic Gronk. But he wasn't serious.
Right?
Like he didn't actually think it was okay.
No, he did say that what Capobianco did was unacceptable. He didn't try to make excuses for him.
Good. Because, yeah, it's important to remember that even when things get crazy, there are still lines. You can't just cross those lines.
And, you know, Gronk's reaction, that mix of humor and seriousness, it actually says a lot about this whole thing.
Oh, yeah. How so?
This incident, it's gotten bigger than baseball.
Really?
People are talking about it everywhere. It's become this thing that makes people think about fandom, celebrity, how our public lives and private lives are all mixed up now.
It's true. We've gone from talking about baseball to, like, the meaning of life, almost.
Sports can do that sometimes. Even in the craziest moments, they can hold up a mirror to society, show us who we are, what we care about, what we struggle with.
My mind is officially blown. I did not see this coming.
That's the beauty of a deep dive.
Right.
You never know where you'll end up.
Yeah, for sure. So we've talked about rules. History, technology, fans gone wild.
Pretty much.
We even got a Gronk cameo.
We did.
This has been a wild ride.
It has. So as we wrap this up, we want to leave you with one last thought. We've talked about the lines between fans and players, but what about the lines within fandom itself?
That's interesting. Like, where does being a fan turn into something bad?
Right. How do we hold each other accountable, even when it's our friends who are messing up?
Good questions. Because being a fan, it should be about community.
Yeah.
Sharing your passion, the love of the game.
Exactly. And sometimes the best way to show that love is to protect the thing you love, even from the people who might hurt it, even if they're wearing the same colors as you.
Well said. So to all the fans out there, keep the energy up, keep cheering. But remember, it's about respect for the game and for each other.
And with that, we'll call this deep dive a home run. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, stay curious and keep your hands to yourselves at the ballpark.